How's it going, guys? Adrian here from Balanced Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here with Elvis Chen. So today we're going to be going over several options from the turtle position when you're trapped on bottom. What we're going to be looking at is how we can regain either our guard or get back to a position where we can start working some offense again. So we're going to look at several options from the turtle, and we're going to look at several different positions that we may be stuck in when our opponent's on top. Sometimes he might have the knee in the middle, sometimes he might be further back like in a wrestler position, and then there's times where he may have a seatbelt, there's times where he may not. So we're going to look at, for the first one, we're going to look at when the knee's in the middle, he's trying to open up this elbow-knee space, and he has a seatbelt. Okay, so from here, we do have several options, okay? The first option that I like to do is just a simple replacement to the half guard. So from here, what I like to do is bring my elbow to the inside. I try to close off that space. So even though his knee's in the middle, I try to circle my elbow on the inside, so now his knee is on the outside of my arm. And then what I do with that same side, arm that I tucked in, I bring that left leg, I bring that leg out and I post it behind, just like this, okay? That's gonna give me some space to clear my elbow and reach and grab his ankle. Okay, right now it's gonna be hard for me to reach up high because I'm not in a good position, but we're gonna use this ankle grip to control his body position. It kind of puts a torque on his knee. I can pull his ankle here and kind of torque on his knee, so it makes it difficult for him to knee slide out. Now from here, I wanna post on my elbow, and now I'm gonna bring my outside knee to his knee, and I'm gonna sit on my butt here. So I'm almost like shin to shin, still hanging onto the ankle. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step over that outside leg with the leg that was posted, and now I can start hooking that ankle as I now let go of that ankle with my hand and reach up for that underhook. So I'm essentially putting myself into a quarter guard here. I'm trapping his ankle in the bend of my knee, and then as I pull that ankle towards my body, it's gonna start torquing his knee away, which makes it difficult for him to face him. Also too, I have an underhook, which makes it harder for him to control me or to flatten me out, okay? If the opposite were to happen, if I were to grab this leg and he were to get his underhook, he has a little bit more of a fighting chance to flatten me out and potentially pass. So from here, he's got a tight seatbelt. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring that elbow inside. We can do all of this simultaneously too. Sometimes I like to post first, and sometimes I'll bring the elbow in first. Sometimes it happens at the same time. So I bring this in as I post. Now I grab the ankle, and then look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit to my butt. Now once I bring my knee to his shin, I step over. As I step over, I drag my foot across and pinch his ankle in the bend of my leg here. So now I'm in a quarter guard. Now my hand's gonna come up high. Tight waist, right around the waist. I don't want to reach up too high here. I feel like sometimes it's easy for him to circle his arm out and then get an underhook. So I like to go tight waist, attaching my ear to his head here. And now, if he's not careful, sometimes he may want to drive right into me. I can reach, grab the pant here as I bring him over and get the sweep. So we can work the sweep option. And then we can also just go right back to pulling our half guard. So from here, circle in, post, grab the ankle, scoot in, step over, tight waist. Right now from here, I can even just start pulling back down into my half guard. And if I want to, I can pull my opposite leg out to either replace guard or potentially shoot a triangle. Another option, guys, when you're stuck in the turtle is just simply to replace your guard. And this transition typically happens when the person hasn't established control yet. It can happen in a transition, or it can happen if you're in a scramble. So the way I like to do this, and you can turn this into a drill if you like as well. When the person is in turtle, but maybe you failed a double leg shot, or you failed a shot and the person sprawls on you, and then they end up trying to go to the back. So from here, Elvis is in front, right? I'm keeping my elbows tucked, I'm protecting my collars. He starts to spin around. as he starts to spin around here, he hasn't really fully established control. So this drill works really well, like I said, when there's no established control yet. So from here, as he gets to this side, I want to look in the opposite direction. I want to look into open space. I'm going to post my leg. You can post your hand as well. Post, and now I'm just going to roll over my shoulder, okay? The shoulder that's closest to him, my left shoulder, I look towards the open space. I roll, and I do like a grabby. I don't forward roll completely. I want to roll, push off my back foot, and then swing this leg around in a big windmill so that I can replace the guard and bring my opponent back in front. So I'm in a turtle position. I feel him start coming around. I post. I look the opposite direction, and now look, I replace my guard. So another situation we can do this in is our opponent has a knee on belly, and we want to escape, so we end up turning away to alleviate the pressure. Okay, so from here, maybe my opponent has a knee on belly. Okay, I bring my elbow to the inside. Now I'm gonna start turning, and of course he's gonna want to start to follow. So as he starts to follow, I anticipate where my partner is, and then I just roll back. So I make my partner think that I'm gonna give him my back, and then right as he tries to get on top, I just spin and replace the guard. Another option from that turtle position is just simply to stand up. So sometimes our opponent might have a tight waist on us, and he hasn't really fully put in the hooks. He's not really going for a choke. Okay, so from here, sometimes because he's controlling my waist really tight, it could be hard to turn and roll. So I'm just gonna opt to stand up. So from here, I wanna stand up with the outside leg first, so I don't want him getting this front hook. So I'm gonna step up, and then now I'm just gonna hop up to my other foot. The minute I hop up, both of my hands are gonna go straight to his wrist. So as I hop up here, okay, I stay low base. I don't wanna stand straight up. I'm gonna get thumbs inside, okay, keeping my base low. Now I'm just gonna bring my hips forward and drive my hands to the mat. So hips come forward, drive my hands to the mat, and my shoulders are gonna lean on his shoulders here. As I do this, I can pop my hips, pop, pop. Once the grip breaks, I can control both wrists, and now I can turn and maybe come into an arm drag. Right? We always want to maybe try to re-attack right after we escape to catch our opponent off guard. So from here, I'm protecting myself. I feel like he's not really threatening a choke or trying to get the hooks in. I just pop up. Boom, right into here, I get my thumbs inside, and I start popping my hip out. Once the arms come free, I turn, face my opponent, and now I'm ready to attack.